What's y'all? All right, so we just did a 3-lever video. So normally I wouldn't have done this so close behind the other one, because once you've done one 3-lever, you've done them all, right? Not necessarily. We did talk about this in Saturday Morning Live, Season 3, Episode 38. We broadcast live every Saturday from 11 to 1 Central Standard Time from right here in the shop. Join in if you're able to. But we talked about this in Season 3, Episode 38, which was last Saturday. And the customer chose the Malibol iron key out of this one, and, well, the longer version, this one, because I had more than one. So, and probably could have got away with maybe one or two more, but the customer ended up choosing, everybody was saying the darker one. I think the majority said the darker finish, but I can't go back and find that hole. There we go. It's the Malibol iron key, and we are going to have to go ahead and just start grinding it down, kind of like we did the other one, but it may just have different depths. This one's a little bit smaller key, a little bit smaller hole. Out of these keys, there's pretty much with the Ilco brand, there's 3F and 3M, which is 3F is the bigger hole, 3Ms are the smaller hole, which is what this takes, because it doesn't have a very big, area for one of these bigger keys to go into. That's for a much larger lock, like we just did in the video that I'll post up here. So anyway, pretty much the same thing this one does, like we talked about. This one had been over tightened down, which bent the flaps, the wings of the mortise lock down a little bit, and it looks like the screw hole right here, the screw may have gone down into it. So I need to kind of hammer that back flat. We'll do that right before we get done. It does not really affect, it may affect operation. I take that back. Sometimes that can affect the operation of the bolt coming out when it's not flat, but it's not gonna, in fact, I can probably just kind of bend it right here. Yep. Well, I'm gonna hammer it so I don't bend it the right way and hammer that down. It may affect the operation of the bolt coming out, but it won't affect us just making the key. So let's get started. Boom! Got it going in. Looks like it's just wide enough to do what it needs to do. So now I'm going to turn it, and we got that hard stop. Looks like, actually we need to turn this way, don't we? It is a little rough in the turning part of it, looks like. So that's squeezed in. This rock, what a rough little life looks like. But we won't know for sure until we get that part cleared up. I can come in on the side here. I don't like doing this because sometimes you nick your, the key, and you don't want to do that. Much better to do it with a file. Yep, and on these, the front of it is never flat, so we're gonna have to flatten it. It's always kind of rounded from the finish process. See that little red? See that? See how it's not flat? It's kind of rounded. You need that to be flat, to sit flat on the surface of the thing there. So carefully do it flat. Probably finish it with a big file. And that's the first thing you want to do, actually, before you grind off the back shoulder, is get that flat. That may bring us back in line with where we need to be here. Oh, much better. Much better. Boom. Yep. Okay, so there we are clearing the bolt perfectly, looks like. And are we lifting up on the levers? Yeah, not lifting up at all on the levers. Looks like that middle one, it's hitting immediately. So number 2 wafer front, 1, 2, 3. It's See how deep that is? You can actually look at how it's protruding in the middle there. So we definitely have a deep cut, even though it's hard stop, and this would probably trick you up just a bit if you were on site, because it does feel like a hard stop, but it's more like a soft medium hard stop, and that's because that lever is just so tall. And if we watch it right there, let's see if we can get light on it. Okay, watch that. Focus. Shut second lever. There we go. No. Go back. See how it jumps up. Boom. Super quick. That means that middle cut is definitely long. So before I continue with this, so crunchy. We're gonna kind of make that work a little bit better. Let's make sure our surface is flat. Looks like the key itself is kind of wonky too. Right. This part of the lock is stopping the key from turning. We're going to clear that up pretty easily, actually. Get the back edge flat. Front edge. Flat. Just like that. Good. I'm going to go ahead at this point to make sure. I'm going to put the file real quick. Back does need to have, yeah, we're good. Feel it little. What is that? That thing? It is that thing. Alright, we'll clear that up here in a minute, but we know number 2. I'm going to go ahead and do that part of this just because I kind of know where it is. Let me take down this. Really deep with that, y'all, so kind of hoping that I didn't go too deep. All right, let's see where it matches up. Oh, just about perfect, but it is still. Oh, and then here comes front lever now. Look at you, front lever number 1. Yep, look at you jumping up there all of a sudden. So now you can feel it. If you're on the outside of the cabinet, you can feel it. Somebody else in the comments of that other video said, do one on a locked cabinet, a 3 or 4 lever. Well, I don't see many 4 levers, but I do see a lot of 3 levers. I have done it. It's not fun. All right, looks like I may have gone too deep because, well, we won't know. Right now, my number 2 wafer is not moving at all. So that tells me, so you can see it just like staying still at the top there while the number 1 wafer bounces up. That doesn't necessarily mean I went too deep. It could mean it, but let's hope not. Let's go ahead and take down number 1. Widen out number 2 just a bit. Now let's see what happens. All right. What are we gonna do? Oh, okay. So the bolt's already starting to come out. Number 1 and number 3 looks like they are both in line with each other. You can see number 3 peeking through that window at the same height. Number 2 looks like we nailed it perfectly. So let's take down the 3rd position to the 1st position. Take that back. One of them's already shallow, so we just need to go down on 3. Because 3 was already, or 1 was already deeper than 3 was. So I'm thinking 3 is to the height 1 is now, and then we need to take number 1 down. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I'm thinking. 2, number 3 is up. Yep. Okay, now number 3 looks like it is perfect, and number 1 needs to go deeper. That's what I was expecting. We almost went too far with number 3, but I think it's perfect. Number 1 down. We have this staircase cut. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, so we are actually quite okay with this. Number 1 and number 2 only need to go down a little bit. Looks like 3 may be perfect, and maybe actually even more perfect once 1 and 2 is allowed to go down a little bit more. So 2, 1. Almost 2 and 1, a little bit more. Boy, y'all are wanting to go way down, aren't you? That's fine. That's fine. Staircase. Beautiful. All right, so that turning part where it won't come out is actually tied up somehow in the shoulder, which is okay because we're gonna go file that. Gonna go file that, and it should clear it up. I think that's what it was, hitting that little ridge. I'm taking this top ridge off from the casting process. Okay. Get that front. There we go. Okay. I think we are done. but we are not done. Making sure the key throws the bolt all the way out. Making sure it's lifting up everything like it's supposed to perfectly. And we got to do this. I have a feeling they're just going to get bent back when they put this back in though. Last check. Beautiful turbine oil zoom spout. A zoom spout that actually is a little bit more trouble than it's worth. Come back here. This would be the perfect, because you have to have it extended. This is pretty much the perfect use application for an actual heavier weight oil, because mechanically this is just a, get in there, sliding mechanism. So while Houdini does a great job, you know, protecting, cleaning, protecting, all that, turbine oil will just be better for this type of mechanism. Okay, got it ready for Kim to get out. So that is one more little thing off my list. Once again, if you cannot find a local resource for this, send an email to SE Lock and Key with a picture of your said lock. Pretty good picture. You know, if you have a good phone, you can take a good picture nowadays. Pretty good picture of your lock. We do not sell key blanks. We have enough trouble keeping them for ourselves, so we will only make keys for locks that are sent in. So if you have an inquiry, send an email with a picture of your lock, and we will get back to you. Usually it's a 3 to 4 day turnaround, depending on which day of the week it shows up. This one came in Thursday, I think, and today is Tuesday, and Kim will be in a minute for it to go back out. Thanks for watching, y'all.